growing up, I never really understood my hair. Actually, scratch that. I hated my hair. As I looked into different magazines and watched different movies, the few Latinas I could point out didn't look like me at all. More times than not, they looked like this. Or this. Not only did I not know how to properly maintain my crazy curls, but I also didn't think they were very pretty. And a lot of that was accredited to society's unrealistic beauty standards and the media's role in promoting eurocentric features as the beautiful, instead of embracing all hair types and empowering all women of color as the beautiful they are. I got the opportunity to sit down with some beautiful Black and Latina women who each have their own unique hair stories. These lit ladies embrace their hair uniqueness and share their stories from wigs to braids, froze and twists, curls to dreads. Let's listen to their hair journeys. So growing up, I didn't really know how to do my hair. No one really taught me what the healthy products were to use or what products worked best for my curls. So I was pretty much figuring it out on my own. And the biggest challenge I would say is the maintenance, especially when you don't know what products work well with your hair. Maintaining curly, frizzy hair can be an absolute nightmare. But after trying different products throughout the years, I learned and realized which ones work best for my hair.
Before I locked my hair, I wore my hair natural in its natural curls and wild and everything. Going back 20 some odd years before it became the thing to do. I decided to lock my hair in 2011 because it was beautiful. Locks to me are beauty. It just gives you a feeling of freedom. If you don't feel like combing it, you don't have to. And it gives you a feeling that you can be dressed up or dressed down. It's glamorous, it's casual, it's relaxing, and it's wonderful. So, this is me.
When I was a young girl, my hair in its natural state was varied. Like sometimes I would wear my hair natural, sometimes I would want to wear my hair how the other girls at school wear it. Let's say, ponytails or in an updo or straight. I remember I used to always like to wear my hair long and straight and wavy and flowy because that's what was popular. So I would usually get my hair done that way because I saw everybody else doing that. So I wanted to conform to that same style.
So I've had a long journey just trying to love my natural hair itself. I've always gotten relaxers since, I want to say elementary school. Relaxers just were something that my family and I grew up on. It's just something we knew. So I wanted to say I took it upon myself my sophomore year in college. So that might have been, 6 years ago? So I've been natural for 6 years, but when I first cut my hair, I did give myself a buzz cut. It started to grow, but I was having a lot of challenges and complications because I was never taught how to actually take care of my natural hair. So, the more it grew, I would cut it. I would give myself another buzz cut. And I've literally been going through that until last year. So last year has been, actually not last year, 2 years ago, my apologies. So 2 years ago, I put it upon myself to give myself a last buzz cut. And stop wearing, the wigs over it just because I didn't know how to do the natural hair, and really take it upon myself to learn how to do my natural hair and maintain it. So for 2 years now, I have been growing my hair out, and it's honestly the best decision I've made.
My mom would just pull it back in a tight ponytail, very low, hated it, but I didn't know how to do my hair, so I just accepted it until I got to high school and I learned about straightening, and I decided to straighten my hair because it was just too hard to maintain curly hair. So I thought it was easier and it was like more in trend. So I decided to do that for all 4 years. And then after high school, I still had it straightened and I added like extensions, but not until like last year I started accepting my curls because it's healthier for me, I realized, and it's just who I am.
My hair texture when I was younger was relaxed. It was not manageable. So I believe I got my first relaxer when I was 8 or 9 years old. And as an adult, I felt like I didn't need a relaxer anymore. I believe I stopped relaxing my hair at the age of 23. I am now 32, so I haven't had a relaxer in 9 years. My hair's still not manageable. It gets tangled a lot, but I embrace it and I deal with it because I love my curls.
So in the beginning, what I can remember is that I had really coarse hair. It was really thick hair, thick black hair, and it was always kept braided with the little bobos and the little pins and little clips. And I remember my mom would always put a perm in my hair, even though my eldest sister always disagreed to do so. But of course, after the perm came the hot comb. So I actually got introduced to the hot comb, and my neck too. And my ears. Oh geez.
Growing up, I was always like encouraged to wear my hair out. I never really felt any pressure to have my hair straightened, and I think that's because my dad would always be like, wear your curls, they're so beautiful, they like show who you are. But I was always kind of envious of my little sister for getting my mom's hair because it was like so much easier to deal with. Like she would never have to wake up earlier to put product in her hair. Like she would wake up and leave. Like that's how nice her hair was to me. But I mean, as you get older, you kind of just get like a different appreciation for your hair, knowing that like it comes from your heritage and it's, you know, part of who you are, and you just like feel kind of better knowing that it's like a part of you.
I started seeing girls on Instagram embracing their hair, and I felt like, hey, I have similar texture. Let me try this out. That was back in 2014, and for a year I did transition. I got my first curl cut, and I noticed my curls starting to form a little bit better. And then one day I decided, hey, I think I want to do a big chop. I think this will help my curls more. And honestly, although I hated the growing back phase, doing a big chop was the best thing that I've done for my curls. I believe my big chop was done 2015, and this is what it looks like after 4 years. I've had several cuts. Some I didn't like, some I did like. But overall, it taught me how to be confident about my hair. It taught me how to embrace it regardless of bad hair days, bad cuts.
I feel like super liberated. The fact that I can wear my hair out without caring about what other people have to say about it, or just the fact that I know how to do it now. There's little black girls who have come to me saying, like, Miss Ayana, I love your natural hair. And I'm like, you and I have very similar hair textures. I'm like, you probably just don't know how to handle it right now or know how to maintain it. And I said, once you understand how to do your own hair, because everyone's hair is a bit different, I was like, I promise you, you'll learn and love to embrace your hair as well.
So now when I wear my natural hair, I feel confident. I feel like it's not more of a statement or anything like that, or me trying to be something. I just feel like it's just an expression of myself. It's just me, channeling out my inner personality. Because when I wear my hair, I feel beautiful. I feel strong. I feel like myself. And I feel like, I went through a lot through my journey. I've had, permed hair before, and I've loved wearing my hair straight and long and everything like that. But there's been a time about 4 years ago where I cut my hair off like to the little itty bitty T. So I went and cut my hair off, and I remember I told my sister, she washed my hair one day, and I actually saw where my hair was, permed and where my hair was natural, and she grabbed the scissors and we just chopped it all away. So that actually was one of the best days because, you know, at that moment I was like, you know what, I don't want to wear my hair out. I was very insecure, and I think the very next day I put in braids. So pretty much after I let my hair grow out, I started to love it. And as the years passed by, I just grew really confident about it. And now I feel really good when I wear my hair.
So I've never experienced any type of discrimination regarding my hair. It was always celebrated. People always wanted to touch it and thought it smelled like coconuts and mangoes. That's because it does. However, but the most ill thing that I heard said to me was actually this week. A coworker of mine who happens to be of another race said to me, if my father saw your hair, he would make you cut it out because it's nasty. So I said, good thing I don't know your father now, don't I?
I have been asked by people who are not considered of color. The fact that they ask me why am I wearing my hair like this is offensive itself. Like, that's crazy to me that someone would ask me that, because I would never go up to someone and ask them, why are you wearing your hair straight, or why are you wearing your hair wavy? So that itself is crazy to me. I've heard crazier things, but I don't even want to go there.
Yeah. Oh, my edges. Oh, my edges. My, what's this? My kitchen. Oh, my goodness. Oh my gosh, you just took me back to grammar school. I remember my little naps in the back. That's actually how I heard about peas in the kitchen. Apparently mine were too beady, too rough growing up. I think that was like 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Working in like the healthcare industry where you're like constantly around other people, like you kind of do want to look more kept and stuff. So at work I feel like I should like maybe pull my hair back and keep it up in a bun, but when my hair's straight I don't feel like that. I feel like I could just like wear it to the side. So even though it's not like wear it out without putting it up, so even though it's not directly said, I feel like there is that kind of like silent social rule about like having tamed curly hair.
I feel like in corporate America, I feel discriminated all the time. Just simply off the fact that I know me specifically, and I'm pretty sure other women of color can also relate. When I go on a job interview, I literally put on like a straight wig or straighten my hair, because I know that if, you know, I have more Afrocentric type hairstyles, they're going to be biased towards me. And focus more on my hair rather than my work ethic or experience.
I wouldn't necessarily say discrimination, but I do feel like I was influenced to wear my hair a certain way. One of my first corporate jobs, I was told that my hair looked like Khalees, and I was made fun of, and them saying, I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. But it's not an offensive thing to me personally, because I love Khalees's hair. I loved her hair in that video. I loved how creative it was with the curls and color. And then a more recent corporate job, I was told that they didn't like my hair styled a certain way. So I would just have to make sure my hair was natural, but in a tamed and polished way to make everyone happy. I still got to wear my curls, but it couldn't be big and fluffy.
The crazy thing is I had experience recently. I can't say which job, but I went to a job before and I wore my hair in an afro. And I remember my employer, you know, said to everyone, he pulled us all together and he was like, you know, just make sure you guys are all mindful of how you wear your hair and what clothes you wear. So I particularly felt like I was being discriminated against because I happened to be the only one who changed my hair from a straight hairstyle to my afro. And everybody else, mind you, had the same hair. So I was just like, wait, is he targeting me? But it's just all a level of maturity and knowing how to handle things like that and not feeling pressured by, you know, your employer. But that was one situation.
The biggest challenge of rocking my natural hair for me is the maintenance. The maintenance more so because, you know, I have more coarse hair, so it requires me to do it like almost every day or every other day if I am rocking it, you know, without any extensions.
So the biggest challenge about wearing my curly hair today is definitely the pressure to just like make sure it looks really nice. I feel like if my hair doesn't look really nice when it's curly, then I can't wear it out curly. Like, it has to be perfect. It has to be like the coil, perfect curled hair. Like, today it was raining, so I know my hair isn't like perfect, and it's just like you get self-conscious about it because you almost don't want to have like messy frizzy hair, because then people are kind of like, yeah, you just have like frizzy dry curls. You don't have like nice curls. So if it's like doesn't come out nice, I'm like, all right, it's going right in a bun.
The biggest challenge in rocking my natural hair had to be taking care of it. Because it's always like, okay, I leave the house with my hair looking like this. I step outside and it's humid, it's gonna look like this. And if I'm not checking every so often, because I had the style like this in a certain way, and now the wind blew and now it's like this, now it's looking all crazy, I think that had to be the hardest challenge.
I would say the biggest challenge about rocking my natural hair is the maintenance. Let's just say, for example, a wash day. A wash day is literally a whole day. Detangling it takes a lot of time. Finding the right product, you're spending a whole bunch of money on products, and then you become a product junkie because you're trying to figure out what works best for your hair.
It's definitely the maintenance, but I've learned to accept it because there are other hairstyles that I can do. I can always put it up in a bun, 2 buns, half up, half down. There's different hairstyles for curly hair, so you just have to learn. It's like learning about myself.
Personally, I feel like the hair products that work best for my hair are, let's say, Shea Moisture. I love their product line. I use their detangling sprays. I use their curling creams. I use coconut oil. I like mixing various different oils together. I like Jamaican castor oil. I like, I think there's this Haitian oil. It's called Creole Essence. And my sisters bought it, and I used it in my hair, and I loved it. It just has a really strong smell to it, but it's really good for your hair. So I'll try different oils, and I'll try like carrot oil, different kinds of herbal oils, and I like peppermint oil. So just trying different things to moisturize my hair. Even as having braids in my hair right now, I like to keep it moisturized, and yeah, pretty much. Different products I like to try are either Shea Moisture or Cantu.
In terms of products, I use this Multicultural Girls. It's called like Multicultural Girls Hair Gel, and it's from like Miss Jessie's, and that is like the best curly hair product I've ever used.
So I have a few Blueberry Bliss, but I have the scent Creme Brulee, and it's like a cream bottle. Also Miss Jessie products, Jelly Soft and Pillow Soft. Those are always nice, and you have to try a lot to figure out what works best, because your hair type, there's a different hair type for curly hair too. So those are my main ones.
I feel as though the brand Camille Rose complements my curls the best. My favorite product from them is the Aloe Whipped Butter Gel. It's lightweight, but it's kind of like the texture is thick, but it's lightweight and it feels like a gel. It's more of a one product wash and go for me. When I would like to tame my hair a little more and have the polished look, I use Milk Love and Curl Love, and it gives it more of that sleek look. But for just the one day fluffy hair, the Aloe Whip is the best one for me.
The products that I would recommend for natural curly hair would be Mayel Organics. Their products work really well with my curls, and my absolute favorite one is Camille Rose hair products. Their stuff smells so good. It works really well with my hair, and it's Black owned.
I got introduced to Cantu and I started using I bought everything on the line, even if I didn't need it. I had like every product. And it was aiding with the strength of my hair. It definitely strengthened my hair. I don't think it really added to the length. Maybe definitely the strength, and definitely it was much softer. It was much more manageable. Like I could actually pick through it. But the length, no, not really. I started using oils more. I feel like that helped in gaining length to my hair.
My favorite lines is Camille Rose. I love their products. I use the whole line. I also am a fan of Dr. Burley. She's actually a hair care entrepreneur, and she has a starting business, and I use her protein treatments as well as her hair growth oil, and it has definitely made a difference in the definition of my hair.
While natural hair worn by Black and brown women has historically been discriminated against, it continues to be a prevalent issue in today's society. The Good Hair study conducted in 2016 concluded that white women demonstrate the strongest bias, both explicit and implicit, against textured hair. They rated it as less beautiful, less sexy and attractive, and less professional than smooth hair. And courts tend to rule in favor of the employers in such cases. Films like Good Hair, directed by Chris Rock, and Hair Love, directed by Matthew Cherry, just to name a few, are both educational and empowering depictions of how society has always perceived natural hair, as well as showing positive representations of textured hair and the realities of hair culture. There have been a number of different states that have recently moved forward with attempts to push employers and schools to help dismantle a system of discrimination experienced by Black women and men who continue to face pressures to conform.
The advice that I would give to a young girl is your hair is you. Be who you are. Your hair is beautiful. You are beautiful. Embrace your natural hair because it's amazing.
The advice that I would give a young girl who has similar hair texture as me and wasn't as confident would be to embrace yourself regardless about what anybody else has to say. People are always going to talk about you no matter what, so it's important that we remain confident in ourselves and we love ourselves no matter what.
We're born with natural hair for a reason, so just learn to accept it. There's many ways. Obviously YouTube, but they'll show you all the products, what you have to learn how to do. It's just a process.
The advice I would give to any girl who needs words of encouragement or empowerment in regards to her natural hair would be just rock your damn hair. Can't nobody tell you different. At the end of the day, I feel like everyone is going to come to that point in their life where they're just going to be like, F what everybody else says, F what everybody else thinks, and just do you, because at the end of the day, the hair is on you. If you don't like it, change it. You want to see it grow, nurture your hair. Let your hair grow and flourish by filling in. You have to first gather the information, find out what hair type you have, see what products work best. Of course, it's going to be experiments here and there. As long as your hair isn't falling out and you're using the products okay, you should be fine.
You just always have to remember that every single person in this world is different, and we were all born with beautiful features, and if one of your features is your curls, you should always embrace them, because that just makes up a really big part of who you are and what you represent to the world. And there's never going to be a time in your life where you should feel ugly about something that you possess naturally, because that's the most beautiful part of yourself.
Do not compare yourself to others, because like I said, although it might seem like people do have similar hair textures than you, it doesn't mean that their hair maintenance is necessarily going to be the same as yours in terms of achieving certain things that you want to achieve. You have to be open to experimenting on your hair. Like, if it takes being a product junkie at one point, cool. Find out what products work for you and then stick to it. And also, there's nothing wrong with going to natural hair beauticians that know how to actually take care of your hair. Like, you can honestly get so many gems off of that. So yeah, just be patient and be kind with your hair. That's all. Like, you're gonna have days where it doesn't feel so good to wear your hair out, or you don't feel as confident, but the more you practice, you know, loving it and maintaining it, the more comfortable you'll start feeling in it.
So if I was to give advice to a young girl who is rocking her natural hair, I would just tell her not to conform to what other people want you to be. Because I feel like growing up, you see a lot of things in movies or magazines, or, you know, in general, you probably their own peer group. They want to look like other people, or they don't, you know, feel comfortable being themselves. So my advice to a young girl is to just be yourself, be confident, wear your hair how you want to wear it, and look beautiful how you want to be beautiful, because we define our own definitions of beauty. So never let anybody else tell you how you should look or what you should feel.
We must continue to strive toward a society with a more accurate representation of who we really are and what we really look like. Advocating for policies that protect Black and brown people from hair discrimination will remain key in advancing the fight for equality. As you can probably see, no one hair story is like another. As girls and women of color in this society, we don't always have an adequate representation of what our beauty looks like in the media, which is why we have to always remind each other to teach our daughters that we are enough, and continue to strive toward a society with a more accurate representation of who we really are and what we really look like.
I am beautiful.
I am gorgeous.
I am a warrior.
I am beautiful.
I am worthy.
I am strong.
I am fabulous.
I am beautiful.
Love yourself first every day.
Love yourself first.
Love yourself first.
Love yourself first.
Love yourself first.
Love yourself first every day.